to the Small Business Network Show. Welcome to Dr. James' Small Business Show. Yeah, 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 welcome to the Small Business Network Show. Welcome to Dr. James' Small Business Show. Yeah, yeah, welcome to the Small Business Network Show. Welcome to Dr. James' Small Business Show.
Yeah. How you guys doing today? We're here, Globe Life Park, Arlington, Texas. Dr. James McConnell's The Small Business Network. We're here on this glorious day, getting ready to get this show started. We're here with our co-hosts, Brittany Wise.
Hey.
And Carol Harper Poe. And Miss Carol, she's under the weather, and she'll be back next week. We're here with our expert practitioner, Carla Murphy. How you doing, Miss Carla?
Hello, I'm doing wonderfully.
Awesome. We're here with our jewelry expert, Miss Carlstein. How are you doing, Miss Carlstein?
Doing great, Dr. James. Hope our listening audience is doing a great
I love
as
it.
we are.
I love it. We're here with our delivery courier expert, Mr. Sonny.
How's everyone doing? All is well.
All is
well.
well. We have our new expert here, Mr. Tremel Henry. How you doing, Mr. Henry?
I'm doing great. God bless everyone. I'm happy to be here.
So, tell the listeners and viewers, where do you live?
Oh, hey guys. Actually, I live here outside of Atlanta. I'm outside of Atlanta in Decatur, Georgia, and I've been here for a while.
Awesome, Georgia.
ATL in the building.
ATL in the house.
Welcome.
We love it. We glad to have you here. Mr. Henry is going to be a mainstay here, so we're very excited to have him here as a part of our family. So, Mr. Henry, you're now family.
Welcome.
Thank you for the welcome. Thank you so much. It feels good to be welcome. Thank you.
How sweet it is.
Gunsmoke.
Listen to our Gunsmoke. We're going to get into our first topic called brain exercises.
All right. Dr. James, how do you raise your IQ?
Okay, so how do you raise your IQ? So what you want to do is, the brain is just like a muscle, right? Mm-hmm. If you want to go hit the weights and make your chest bigger, you got to do bench presses. You want to do some curls to get those muscles in the arm bigger, you got to do some curls, right? It's always exercise, and so the brain is no different. So what you want to do is you want to be able to focus on different senses, and those senses will in turn allow you to raise certain IQ. Now, those senses need to be focused on one at a time, and then obviously all at the same time, and then that will help improve your IQ. Now, on top of that, there's other things to do with hand-eye coordination, things like that will allow you to raise your IQ.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So how do you improve cognitive functions?
Okay, so we just spoke on the first part of it, which we talked about the senses, right? But also, if you juggle, right? Now, who has juggled here? I mean, No one. I'm talking about juggling like a juggler, right? So imagine, go get 2 oranges or 2 apples or 2 tennis balls and try to juggle. And if you've never done it, watch how hard it is, right? But if you do it, you probably have to throw it up one time and you're going to drop them both. You're going to throw it up again. You're going to try to catch them both. And you're going to, if you do it enough, you'll start doing it slowly. But surely you think, well, why do that? Well, it's a part of your brain that opens up a cognitive feature that helps the coordination. It opens it up. Believe it or not, we can use 100% of our brain. We typically use 10 to 12% at a time.
Okay.
The smart people around 15 to 17% at a time, and the smartest thing on the planet is a dolphin that can access 20% at a time.
Right.
So the key here is to be able to open up senses that you don't always use to be able to help raise your IQ.
Okay. Interesting. So I like the right brain, left brain quizzes that, people have out there where you can kind of test your right side of your brain or figure out which one you use more, because one is more emotional and creative, and the other one is more analytical, where you're doing your math and your analytics.
Right.
And some people tend to gravitate to one side more than the other.
Right.
So what you're saying is we can train our brains to where we use all of it
right
very well and
because
simultaneously.
if you think about what you don't do, like I don't draw like maybe 2 of my daughters do, right?
Right.
So sometimes I'll sit down and I'll try to draw because it makes you do something that you don't do, and it'll open up that part of your brain,
Right.
and it'll sharpen it.
Right.
And it's not about doing it because you want to draw. It just helps. It opens up your brain,
Right.
and it just does things. So things I don't do, I may try to do just to open it up, to let the neurons go through and to be able to raise the IQ, because it raises it and it raises everything else, believe it or not.
Yeah, I believe it. How sweet it is.
How sweet it is.
So let's switch topics to your favorite topic, which is astronomy. We can start talking about brain stuff all day long because I like neuroscience.
That's right.
But we're going to switch to astronomy.
Okay.
Dr. James, how many moons does Jupiter have?
Okay, so we're getting into moons. Obviously, the Earth has 1 moon, so all we know is that 1 moon.
Okay.
But I think Jupiter has about 12, if I'm not really mistaken. 12 to
12?
15, but it's at least 12.
Okay.
Can you imagine seeing 12 moons?
No, that's why I live on Earth.
12 moons, man.
Wow.
12 moons. Well, Jupiter is huge, right?
Okay.
Jupiter is as a matter of fact, Jupiter is 300 times the size of the Earth.
Oh, okay.
You can
Well,
fit
that
300
explains-
Earths inside.
That explains why they got 12 moons then.
That's right. I
Okay.
mean, it's huge.
Yeah. The Earth is big enough.
That's right. Earth is big enough, and we can fit 300 Earths in there. I mean, man,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Okay. So is there water on Mars?
Okay, now Mars. That's a good one. So actually, I'm getting ready to ask our panel a quick question. So
Dun, dun,
first,
dun, dun.
Mr. Sonny, do you think there's water on Mars?
That is very hard to answer because if there was water on Mars, that would contribute to the rainfall, I believe.
Okay, Miss Carla, is there water on Mars?
Dr. James, I would have to say yes. I believe there's ice on Mars.
Okay, Mr. Henry, any idea?
I would say yes to that. I will go yes.
Okay. Miss Carlstein.
I think I'm going to go with the majority and say yes.
I love it. So Mars does not have water. It does not have water, but the way it's made, it used to have water. So where did it go? Well, the atmosphere of Mars seemed to be thin. It's been through a lot of changes through the years, all the decades, and all the millions and millions of years, billions of years actually. And so it did have water. It no longer has water, but it used to. So it did sustain water at one point, but we don't understand why it's no longer there. most likely it's because of the atmosphere. Our atmosphere protects us from certain things from the sun, and through the years, Mars has not been protected, or maybe the sun finally burned through their atmosphere as far as the rays and everything that comes with it, and it probably dried up all of the water. So no, there's no water on Mars. Isn't that something?
Interesting.
Yeah, we all stuck out here, huh?
Man, and I guess Mr. Henry, you'll understand here that that's one of the topics that that I love to talk about is astronomy, and so once every show or two, I'll try to come up with something. So trust me, I'll have some stuff for you to kind of check out, and maybe you'll learn too, huh?
He said every
it's
show
very
or two
interesting.
or three or four.
Right. All right, but we're going to move on to our credit specialist expert, Mr. Tremel Henry.
Hey.
Mr. Tremel. So our topic here is, did you know you could have outdated information on your credit report? Well, how should I go about removing it, Mr. Henry?
It's a great topic, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, okay. For starters, what I like to tell a lot of my clients is if you have a credit monitoring program, Identity IQ, or even if you had Credit Karma, take a look at these programs, these systems here, and what you can do is pay attention to all of your information that's there. You even can call these credit bureaus to find out what information they are carrying and housing in your name. So you like to write a letter. For starters, also, you write a letter to all the different credit bureaus. There are more than 3. They're probably, I want to say about 9 of them, maybe 12. But only 3 are we only used to: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. And then, of course, I know everyone has probably heard of LexisNexis and SafeStream. But you want to write a letter letting these credit bureaus know, hey, this information is outdated. I don't no longer live at this address. My address is such and such, and then my name is correctly spelled as in such and such. And you get that letter, and you send it off, and you make sure you make a few copies of it, so that way, you can have it and have proof that you have sent it off.
Okay, so that's one way of removing things off your credit. Are there any other ways that you can remove things off your credit?
Absolutely, yes. The same as you would send the letter in, you would want to take a look at your credit report, and you go item from item, line from line. Some of this stuff, like let's say we're talking about an inquiry. Inquiries hold themselves there for about 2 years. However, let's just say if you, just like many of over 200 million people that had been identity theft and identity hacked through Equifax data breach back in 2017, everyone has been compromised. So what you want to do is take a look at your credit report. If you see something that absolutely does not ring a bell to you, you can call them up and tell them, hey, this is not my inquiry, or this doesn't belong to me. I'm going to file a FTC report or Equifax data breach report, and I want to have this removed from my credit report. And you could definitely call them up. You could send a letter. You could write another letter to let's just say if we're talking about a collections account. I'm getting a little bit off the topic slightly. If you have a collections account coming in your way, and you're able to identify that those numbers on the collections account, say if it was your collections account through some creditor, and the bill previously was like $200, but now the collections bureau agency received that new bill, they're going to probably tack on some money with the old bill, which is probably like $250 now. Well, guess what? You don't have to pay that. That is not your original bill. And once that bill gets sold off towards a collections account, it's no longer collected as your debt. You definitely stand firm and stand strong. You let them know this is not my debt. They have the burden to prove it to you. And I would urge all my clients, hey man, don't pay anything that you know that does not align with the previous bill that you originally had with the original creditors. And, of course, you give them the burden of proof.
So, can it be used against me?
If it's not your bill, it can't. They could try to use it against you, but if you have stated all your facts and you have stated all your information that you previously had from the prior creditor, absolutely not. It won't hold up anywhere.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so what we want to get into next is going to be approval. You guys are going to love this. Approval for $15,000 lines of credit. And we're going to talk about that next.
Girl, I gotta make the extra income this year.
Girl, I can use some extra cash also.
Income? I need it.
I'm retired and still can't make ends meet.
What can we do?
Let me show you how to make this money. Embassy Enterprises presents Better Income Store. That's fast learning, fast earning. College takes 2 to 4 years, 20,000 plus. We take 2 to 4 weeks and only cost hundreds. Start making money fast. Call now at 469-765-5327 or go to services at spelled out atmbc.com.
When it hurts like this, we climb the greatest heights, jump down and have a fight, and that's all we'll ever like, but that can never change my mind. When it's good, it's amazing. When it's bad, it's uneasy. I wouldn't have it another way. There's no other way. When it hurts like this, when it hurts like this. When it hurts like this, we hold each other high, but we fall 1,000 times. But I'd never say goodbye or ever leave this stuff behind. When it's good, it's amazing. When it's bad, it's uneasy. I wouldn't have it another way. There's no other way. When it hurts like this. When it hurts like this. When it hurts like this.
Hello, everyone. I am Dr. James, host of Dr. James McConnell's The Small Business Network, broadcasting live each week on Saturday at 1 p.m. from Fishbowl Radio Network Studios at Globe Life Park in Arlington, Texas. Log on to hear us talk about and feature small businesses and the life of a small business, the struggles, the triumphs, the daily operation, the grind of starting and running a small business. So be sure to log on each week on Saturday at 1 p.m. to catch Dr. James McConnell's The Small Business Network. Let's jump in.
Let's jump in, baby. We're going to jump right back in to our credit specialist expert, Tramel Henry. We want to find out about this approval for $15,000 lines of credit. Are you approved? How can you get approved, Mr. Henry?
Oh man, this is When I tell you this is the best thing since sliced bread, you gotta believe me, brother. You gotta believe me. There's not a lot of people, walking around here with $15,000 worth of credit and getting approved automatically. Well, how about this? There are a couple jury lines of credit that are available for all of these consumers and everyone, including anyone else who's listening in, that they can automatically get the approval. So let's talk about your MJ Cure card, right? This is a My Jewelers credit card that you have the ability to join with this company. So the deal is you give them $100, and that's for their membership. And then you take another $100 and purchase some of their jewelry off of the internet, and then they'll give you an unsecured line of credit of $5,000. $5,000 unsecured line of credit. And then you have another partner company called AG Jewelers, Attractive Jewelers, and you give these guys $150, which is $149, but $150 to join their program, and they give you $10,000 of an unsecured line of credit. This is unsecured line of credit in your personal name. So let's talk about the amount of credit and credit cards that most people would normally have who are just starting out, or who probably have credit but did nothing with it, or probably jumped into the game of getting a few credit cards, but then they only get approved for like $500, $600. I have a few clients, like almost all of my clients, were on the verge of having card limits up to $2,000 to $3,000 or even less.
Gotcha.
Well, if you have those cards, right, and they're pretty much maxed out when you go to use them, $300, you're going to probably spend $265. Well, that's high utilization. Well, if you get these credit cards, these store cards here, these lines of credit, that gives you a broad range of your credit limit. So it suppresses your utilization along the way. So now you're not getting hit over the head with a flag of saying that, hey, you're in high risk of having high utilization across the board with your credit line. So this is amazing for everyone to have the ability to get these cards.
Awesome. So does it show on all three credit bureaus?
Man, that's an amazing question. Absolutely it does. And I'll just get a little deeper into that. On the My Jewelers card, they will run you and give you a hard running inquiry on your credit, just so you do know. And they do report to all three credit bureaus. And then the Attractive Gems jeweler, they do not run your credit or do a soft pull. They actually collect data that you have about yourself, your name, your previous address, your social, obviously, your email address, and so forth. And they'll collect that data and then give you an account based off of the data that they receive from you. And then they do report. To all three credit bureaus.
Awesome. I love it. We're going to move into our delivery courier expert, Mr. Sonny. We're going to get into customer service. Mr. Sonny, how to keep customers satisfied?
Well, you keep customers satisfied by generally getting knowing what they want, and what they expect of you, whatnot. And you want to do all by means to get their business, but also at affordable and not low cutting yourself. So I mean, customer service, keeping them satisfied and getting to where they can do the word of mouth, pass the word around.
Oh, got you. Okay, so is the customer always right?
No, seeing that note right there, and I put that there for a reason. Customer is always right in pertaining to what you have already told them. It's like if you work somewhere and they know the rules and the guidelines that you must go by. Yes, but also you have to analyze it from every fact, because sometimes the customer will use that to benefit them to get free service or free products. So you bet it's best to know that you know the business or the company that you're working for, know the business guidelines, so customers won't try to take advantage of saying, hey, I'm a customer and I'm always right. So on that note, I say, no, the customer is not always right. That's why it pays for a firm to know their own information and know the business guidelines of the business they conduct or the business that they work for or the company they work for.
I love it. I love it. I love it. How sweet it is. So let's get into business relationships, Mr. Sonny. It's business. It's not personal, right?
Yes, yes. And I say that, Dr. James, and to everyone that I don't know who's hearing. And when I say it's business, it's not personal. It's like you could be doing business with a friend or a family member, whatnot, and sometimes people they'll see like, and I speak from experience. I speak where I've helping people who were close friends, and in the last minute they threw monkey wrench or through an unexpected turn, and you're like, well, how can I say I don't want to go along with this, but this is business. I don't want to offend no one. So we all get in the business to keep business going, to keep good relationships, to keep the relationship steady. So it's you got to let a person know upfront, hey, this is business. It's nothing personal. I'm not sitting up here overcharging you. This and that. I'm just looking at my overhead. I'm looking up. It's all about counting up the cost. So you have to look at that in every aspect. So you won't sit up here and both parties will be agreeable instead of someone leaving with a bad taste in their mouth.
Gotcha. So can friendship destroy both business and friendship?
Yes, it can. And when I say that, I say it because you have to really analyze and look into it if it's worth us going into business, especially if you're friends first, or if you say, hey, it's different when you meet on a mutual level. Hey, I come to you because I heard that you do business, you do this, you do that. It's different. But when you're already a friend with someone and y'all still can try to conduct business, you really have to analyze, hey, should I go in business with this person? Because if something goes wrong, I'll never look at them in the same. It's like you borrow money from somebody and then they don't pay you back. And every time you see that person, you're going to think about that money that you loan. And that can be grudges. And life is too short to hold on to grudges and to forcefully move forward.
Right. Gotcha. So, Ms. Carlstein, what do you think about that? Can friendship destroy both business and friendship?
I think it can. I think that if you trust someone and you go into business with them and somehow that trust is violated or broken, it's going to be pretty difficult to have a business relationship with them.
Awesome. I love it. Well, since we got you here, we're going to get into our jewelry expert here, Ms. Carlstein, on the topic crystals and their color. Ms. Carlstein, can you tell us why the fascination with crystals?
Oh my goodness, just the sheer diversity of the colors of the stone. It's alluring. They're as colorful as the rainbow. And I found a book that really got me started on this path because I didn't realize that gemstones, those things that I liked, had power behind them. The more I delved into it, the more I started to learn that, I started out with just my birthstone ring, and then I decided to collect all 11 others so I would have the complete set of 12. And my fascination just rose from there.
I love it. So what does history tell us about crystals?
Well, history tells us a lot about crystals and gems. And a lot of times, like I said before, gems can be crystals, but crystals can't always be gems. Thousands of years ago, even before dinosaurs were around, these crystals were forming, and people found them and felt that they had some worth to them. And they started to use them for trade, and they started to adorn themselves. And most importantly, they used them for protection. They really felt that they had some type of energy that would protect them when they went into battle and just from, just life.
I love it. That is nice. So We're going to move into the color of gemstones, and we're going to talk about that next.
Hello, I am Dr. James, founder and CEO of MBC Global Enterprises. I want to show you my black card. This is a black card that not only can you use for your personal gain, but you can make money from it. We're talking about monthly residual income. You can make money from it. But again, this is a black card, a MasterCard for your personal gain and to make money from it monthly, residually, and leveraged income. I'd love to tell you more about it. Ask me how. We're looking forward to helping you get one. Have a great day.
I go to war, I fight for you. Even when I've left, I do right by you. I'll be your everything, your blue sky. I go to war, I fight for you. Right. Even when I've left, I do right by you. I'll be your everything, your blue sky. I want that forever love for the moment and all your pain to be broken. See, when I look in that smile, all your beauty is spoken. I love the vibes that you carry. I see the spark of your motion, and when I see that you're down, I put the waves to your ocean. I'll be the first to admit, I know I have a lot of flaws, but nothing you couldn't fix. You're gorgeous, from your mind to your heart, straight to your hips. I want that never-ending ride, so baby, get with the script. We're on a different route, show me what you're all about. Tears coming from your heart, shorty, I can cause a drought. See, I ain't with that shit they say, and I can prove it with my mouth. And lately you've been stuck in stress, but baby, I'ma pull you out without a doubt. So give me everything, and I promise I'll put your home in the tropics. And maybe one day we'll marry. There ain't a soul that can top you. And if you fall, then I got you. Just know I'm there when you drop it. To change your world and your optics. To change your world and your optics. I go to war, I fight for you. Even when I've left, I do right by you. I'll be your everything, your blue sky. To me, you're perfect, ain't a thing that I would ever change. I love your smile, I love your shape, I love your pretty face. Everything about you is enough to go brighten my day. We met a year ago, this year has turned my life around. When I was at my lowest, man, I could've picked myself off the ground. You helped me with that, show me that I'm not alone. You know that I'm your Clyde and you're my Bonnie that cannot be broke. I go to war, fight for you. Even when I've left, I do right by you. I'll be your everything, your blue sky. When I've left, I do right by you. I'll be your everything, your blue sky. I go to war, fight for you. Even when I've left, I do right by you. I'll be your everything, your blue sky. I go to war, fight for you. Even when I've left, I do right by you. I'll be your everything, your blue sky.
Will you go to war for me? How sweet it is. Listen to our gun smoke. We are back with Miss Carlstein, the jewelry expert. Miss Carlstein, the color of gemstones. Does the color of gemstones have a meaning?
Well, I guess I would have to ask you that question, because what catches your eye first when you're looking at a piece of jewelry?
Well,
is it the sparkle?
Okay.
What is it?
Well, me, I guess it's the sparkle. Sometimes like red and orange, those colors stand out to me. How about you, Miss Brittany?
I like the sapphires, the blues, and the greens, but I tend to just gravitate towards the diamonds. I don't know. Does that make me have expensive taste?
I am a diamond girl.
Diamonds are
But
girl's
color has
best
a
friend.
Yes, they are. But color does have a profound effect on how we react to our surroundings.
Absolutely.
White light that we see every day is really just a rainbow of colors that's just banded together. But when we break them apart into their different colors, it's a wonderful source of healing and regeneration for the body, mind, and the spirit. It helps to rebalance and restore your energy. Scientists say we need at least 20 minutes a day, at least 20 minutes a day of sunshine just to keep ourselves restored and in balance. What do you think about that, Dr. James?
Man, I think that is so awesome. I mean, so as far as scientific research, say about the color of healing, can you elaborate on that just a tad more?
Sure. The 20 minutes a day, we need this to maintain our ideal internal balance, of our body's chemistry. The pineal and the pituitary glands control our hormones and our hormonal balances, And so when that's affected, when we don't get enough light due to the fact that the seasons have changed, people really have start to feel depressed. Their moods change, their appetites change, and they can develop a medical condition called seasonal affect disorder. So color and light is very important in our lives. Don't think it is not.
Nice. How sweet it is. Thank you so much, Ms. Karstein. You have such profound information on crystals. I really do appreciate you being here on the show and bringing your expertise. Can we, Ms.
Well,
Carla?
thank you.
Ms. Carla, I got a question for you.
Yes.
We're going to business cards, and sometimes I don't even carry business cards anymore because some people don't be serious about a business card and they just take your card and just throw it somewhere. So I feel like if people are serious, then they'll just put my number in their phone and reach me that way. But since we're on the topic of business cards, what information should be on a business card?
Well, thank you, Miss Brittany. Business cards should have logos, taglines. They should have names and functional titles. Contact information is certainly important. There's a website, social media profiles, creativity, and also one important factor is having some white space. We like to include a lot of information, but we don't really want it to be too crowded so that people can really absorb the information that's there and remember it.
Right, okay, interesting. So what impression are you making?
When prospects get your card, they oftentimes read it, they turn it over, and if there's nothing intriguing or stunning about the design, then it can appear to be boring, it can be repetitive, or people just may think that it's just common. So you want to make sure that you can try to imagine a look of surprise when people are looking at your cards, and so that they can be delightful. And you can tell that by a lot of facial expressions. So you want to always try to make a positive impression, and you'll make prospects remember you. And let's just think about it. Life is full of moments, and don't want to forget those precious moments. So you want to have a business card that is going to grab people's attention and make them remember you.
I love it. I love it. I want to get Mr. Henry's impression on what impression are you making. Mr. Henry, on your business card, what impression are you making to your customer?
Oh, man, confidence. Thank you so much, Doc, for this question here. Confidence. So I believe if you was to go to my Facebook page, Tramel Henry, that's my personal Facebook page, on the front side of my business card, me personally, I have myself there. When you see it, I have a nice smile. It's welcoming because that's just how my personality is, and it fits me. So when the clients come to me, then they could actually understand, like, oh, that's the same person, that's the same personality, that's the same smile. So it's endearing and it's confident and it's comfortable. So I'm welcoming my clients to come with great open arms to come this direction for security.
Okay, nice. That's good information. When I have a business card, like I said, I usually don't carry business cards, but I try to make them bold and strong, even though my impression most people's impression of me is kind of soft and quiet. Go figure, right? Miss Carla, I want to talk about your business and your brand a little bit. The name of your company is Uniquely Different, correct?
Yes.
So what are some of the things that make you unique?
Well, when thinking about one's uniqueness, people should take into consideration personality. I think about attitude, experiences, different habits, also creativity, perceptions, beliefs, genetics, body, relationships. All of those things are important in addition to hobbies, also intelligence, communication habits, humor, goals, intuition, and your willingness to be yourself. So just be bold and be you, and realize that no one can beat you at being you.
Nice. So how can you be true to yourself?
You have to know who you are and what you stand for. Act with honesty and integrity. Allow yourself to be a little vulnerable. Choose your attitude when you face adversity. Have the right attitude. Try to allow yourself the freedom to grow and develop. And I often say, let's gel together. Let's grow, let's earn, let's learn together.
I love it. I love it. So we're getting ready to listen to Miss Carlstein's Gunsmoke. Miss Carlstein, we want your opinion on how can you be true to yourself. Miss Carlstein, are you here?
I'm here, Dr. James.
Okay.
I'm true to myself in how I design my jewelry. It's authentically me. I choose the best gemstones, and I inform the person of what I'm selling them so they know what they're buying. So in that, I feel there's authenticity.
Great. Cool. I love it. How sweet it is.
How sweet it is.
We're going to move on to another topic here. Workplace bullying. Miss Brittany, what is workplace bullying?
Well, Dr. James, thank you for asking. Workplace bullying is basically, it's similar to any other bullying in school where, somebody's trying to control you or take advantage of you or cause trauma in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And that happens a lot in the workplace as well as in business.
Okay. And so how to deal with it in business?
Well, the best way to deal with it is, like we talked about, be true to yourself, be authentic. So when someone comes at you and, it looks like, well, if you do this for me, then I'll do this for you, or you ain't doing it how I want you to do it. We've discussed that in a myriad of ways on this show. And that is, if put point blank period, that's bullying.
Right.
So when you can be true to you, true to your brand, and stand up for yourself, and just be firm on your prices, your gifts, or your talents, whatever it is what service you're providing, what product.
Right.
Some people will want to try to bully their way to get it for free, or you need to give me a discount because we cousins, or whatever the case may be. That is bullying.
Absolutely.
And the way you deal with that is to just be firm and be true to who you are, and understand that what God has for you is for you, and no one else can take that away from you. So if this person say no, just find somebody else. Okay?
Right. Well, Ms. Carla, I'd like to ask you how to deal with it in business as far as workplace bullying. I know that you've been into the workplace also kind of for a while, so we'd like to know your opinion.
Dr. James, I believe that when you deal with workplace bullying, it's important that you maintain who you are, that you always operate in integrity, that you be polite and respectful, and that you follow the rules and you take advantage of the rights that you have. For instance, if there's a union or upper management that you can go to get support, I feel that it's important to follow through on the process.
Awesome. Nice. We're going to get into presentation. And so, Ms. Brittany, what is the importance of presentation in business?
Well, like we talked about with the business cards, presentation is your first impression. Presentation is everything to me. If you're talking about sales dogs, I'm a poodle. The poodle is the one that's kind of They care about the quality of it and how it looks, and that's a part of your presentation. I don't like to half-ass nothing. So for me, I make sure that I present in a way that shows me, like Dr. James talked about, you want to walk like you look like you're a CEO,
Right.
dressed apart. Okay, so presentation is extremely important, especially for people who don't know you.
Right, right, right. So what's the difference from presentation and quality?
So presentation is how you present. So that's in terms of your character, like we talked about on the TV show, your branding, your image. If you're a Rolls Royce, the presentation of Rolls Royce is a very
Right.
luxurious. You have money, you have
Right.
stature, you have power.
Right.
that comes with a certain presentation. Versus the quality, you might get a Rolls Royce, and if it's broke down on the side of the road, the
Right.
quality ain't quite
That's right.
there.
Quality's not there. That's right.
So you can have, I think Jaguar, I've seen Range Rovers on the side of Range Rover might have the presentation, but the quality may not be as sound as the presentation. So your quality needs to also back your presentation. So if you present as this top-notch business, you better bring that same quality that I'm a top-notch business. So there
Absolutely.
ain't nowhere else you need to go.
Well, on that topic, Ms. Brittany, tell the listeners and viewers about what you do and how to contact you.
Okay, so my company is Legacy Services. You can reach me online, legacyservices.com, legacy with an I, Legaci, services.com. My number is 214-774-7503. I am a consultant business. I meet you where you are. We create a blueprint for your company to get you from point A to point Z. Whatever it is that you need assistance with, branding, if you need help getting, money for your business, we show you how to go out and get contracts. All of that is consulting. If you just need basic, how do I start my business? I'm the one to reach.
Awesome, awesome. Mr. Sonny, he had to go. So if you need any delivery services, any courier services, call Mr. Sonny at 469-515-4172. And Ms. Carlstein, tell the listeners and viewers what you do and how to contact you.
We make custom-made, unique jewelry, handmade jewelry for men and women, especially men, because we're specializing in that. And you can reach us at 469-267-1099. And we are at doncarladavis@gmail.com.
I love it. Miss Carla, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Buffalo, New York in the house. What do you do, Miss Carla, and how can people get in touch with you?
Developing your business, if you're looking to build your brand through media, please give me a call, 716-553-3109, or you can email me at carlamurphyuniquelydifferent@gmail.com.
Mr. Tremel Henry, last but not least, tell the people what you do. How can they get in touch with you?
Oh, man, my people. You could always contact me. First off, we'll give you the phone number to the business there. It is 1-855-554-5116. And then the local number is 732-994-0406. And then you can at me on Instagram at Platinum Credit Group LLC. Platinum Credit Group LLC. I'm always available, and if you need anything, I'm here. And just follow me on Instagram, and I will follow you back.
All right. I'm going to say something, Mr. Henry, that you didn't know. The others know this. So I'm going to tell you this so you'll know. You're a part of the family now. So let me tell you what I'm going to do for you. Anybody that uses your services from now on, especially from this show, or anyone who uses your services that they spend over at least $200 with you, I'm going to give you access to give your customer a $200 gift card. Again, a $200 gift card for your customer because they use you through us or they spent over $200 with you. I'm going to hook you up with a $200 gift card to give to your customer. Is that awesome or what?
Man, that's amazing. My clients will love that.
Awesome.
I got to get them to tune in.
I love it. I love it. Well, we're at the end of this show, guys. Thank you, everyone, for being here, and thank you, all the viewers and listeners. We love you. God bless you, and we'll see you next week. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning in to Dr. James McConnell's The Small Business Network.
Welcome to the Small Business Network Show. Welcome to Dr. James Small Business Show. James Small Business Show. Welcome to the Small Business Network Show. Welcome to Dr. James.